I showed up for work, and the manager, I got a call from my manager, or we met in Google Meet or something. And she said, Toya, we really appreciate that all you've done, but we've got to make a business decision. I'm going to have to let you go. You know what I'm saying? 10 years. 10 years. What's that Mary J song? I don't know, but 10 years. At the Toyas today, it is another takeover. It's been a while, sis.
It's been a very, very, very long time. And we love a good takeover, y'all.
We do. But let me just say, I'm definitely normally in the background as a virtual producer. But when it comes to big, he asks us to take over, we're going to take over.
We gotta do
And
it. We gotta
the
do
thing
it.
about a takeover, though, we understand how the show normally goes, but if it's a Toya takeover, it's a Toya discussion. So
And today's discussion is about the black dollar.
the
The black,
Toya, black
yes,
wealth. I feel
yes,
like this is so important to us, Toya. We always talking about money.
exactly. Because what it's what we need.
It's what we need,
We
and we
need
need to
it.
keep getting. Indeed.
Exactly.
Yeah, and
Exactly.
I don't think it's about being money hungry or always, but it's just like it's necessary to sustain us and for generations to come. So this is
Yes.
a timely
And for the
conversation.
most part, us black people, we're all in what survival mode all the time. So yes, we definitely need to have this discussion. We're going to talk about black wealth and what that means today. We have a couple of really good questions that we want to get into. We want to hear your opinions as well because this is the discussion that needs to be had if we're going to go forward and be prosperous.
Hold up, Toya. And you hit a nerve. You hit a nerve. Like I don't want to be broke and disgusted and stuff. Like I don't want to have any of those moments in my life. I'm tired of it. You know what I'm saying? So it's like yeah, it's a timely conversation. So we're glad that you're here. We want to hear what you think on this. Let me just say this: as a black person, most of the black people that I know are very democratic, right? Versus
Mhm.
Democratic and Republican, and it's all there's a lot of conversation about what's happening in Washington and Donald Trump and all these things, and I just feel like that is just it takes us off what we need to do. I feel like we should be creating. You should be creating. Should be doing the things to help us to be wealthy, and let Washington do what Washington does.
And to be both sides struggling nowadays. Let's say
Tis
that.
true. Tis true
Let's say
indeed.
that.
Yeah. So
Hmm.
what was the first question? What was the first question,
Okay, so
Toya?
our first question is entrepreneurship really the answer to building black wealth, or is it just an idea that's overhyped? So you can go ahead and say your part. What you think?
Okay, so 10 good years I worked for a company. 10 good years. They got some good work out of Toya, right? And yeah, it was a virtual production. It was a virtual position, but I worked hard. I was good at it. I was always getting all kind of accolades from managers and so forth. But one day, sis, I showed up for work, and the manager, I got a call from my manager, or we met in Google Meet or something, and she said,
Hmm.
Toya, we really appreciate that all you've done, but we've got to make a business decision. I'm gonna have to let you go. You know what I'm saying? 10 years. 10 years.
Mm.
What's that Mary J song? I don't know, but 10 years.
Yes, that had to be like a big blow. And to think that's still happening now. What's the airline? Spirit just let go all those people. So they're all sitting in the same boat trying to figure out life right now.
I literally feel like I had nothing to show for all that. Yeah, I learned a few little things, but I could have really Googled, what I'm saying? I learned a few little things.
Right.
But I got a cute little service package. I think it sustained me for about 2 months. But 2 months after giving 10 years of
10
my
years.
good self to y'all. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
So I think we need to be mindful that they don't care. It's all about the money. You know what I'm saying? These businesses in
But you
general,
know what? I
corporations.
mean, isn't that what pushed you into your entrepreneur lifestyle though?
Absolutely, girl. Say that. Look at you. Look at you. You and God, y'all connected. Amen. Indeed. See, indeed. And I remember calling and telling my parents. I was like in Walmart and calling them and letting them know what happened. and they were, a little down and so forth. But I did feel energized because guess what? Me, you, and a few other women, we had started virtual assistant type work. So I had already kind of stepped into the waters of entrepreneurship. But yeah, let me tell you, that was at the beginning of the pandemic. I have not been able to, even when I tried to get a job since. So I've been a full time entrepreneur ever since 2020. So
Okay.
and it's let me tell you about the ride. It is bumpy. It's rough. It is stressful.
Good.
You know what I'm saying? Sometimes like, okay, and then all of a sudden I'll get, a big project. But then it's all these ups and downs. But
Yeah.
I'm betting on me. You know what I'm saying? I'm betting on me and the things God gave me, what put into me, the download He gave me to share with other people, and like no one can take that from me. If there's a customer that doesn't work out, it's okay. I got a whole bunch more. You know what I'm saying? If the customer gets on my nerves, I can let them go peacefully. There's more. You know what I'm saying? When you get
Right.
cut off from that job, that's it.
Hmm.
That's just it. So that's my perspective. I think entrepreneurship is very necessary, but I understand everybody can't do it. You have to have the wherewithal to do it.
And see that's my take on it. My take on it is entrepreneurship. It's one of the answers to wealth because when we say black wealth, it comes with so many different layers. Um, Black wealth comes with a lot of red tape because we don't have the same opportunities. Or no, I won't. Let me say that we have the same opportunities per se, but we go through a lot of obstacles that maybe our other counterparts don't have to go through, being that they're not, black. But my thing is entrepreneurship itself has a lot of layers. Like you said, everybody ain't made for entrepreneurship. So if you are going to create wealth, you're going to have to figure out a different way if you're not made for entrepreneurship. Because say you got a 9 to 5, but you're well paid in that 9 to 5, you have enough money to cover your bills and extra. So that extra you get to dabble in investments, you get to dabble in other things that create more assets. So then that would be the wealth that you're creating that you can pass down, the 401ks and and the investments, the stocks, the bonds, all that other stuff that you can actually accumulate on your 9 to 5. So you may not need to do the entrepreneurship if that's not for you. But if you're going to go the entrepreneurship route, you still have some layers to go to because even as an entrepreneur working in your own business, you become the employee. And if you don't scale it to the point that it works without you, you're back at square one. You've just got a regular job.
So
And you don't have nothing to pass on because once you stop working, the business is gone.
that
So I think people
is
need to figure out what wealth actually is. It needs to work without you.
that's a good definitely a good point to make. You get in the game and you could do good, make your first 6 figures, and then if you don't work, you get sick, whatever, is you're in the same boat. You don't have any money or whatever. So you definitely have to think about that. You have to think about the longevity of your business and how to scale. That's you're big on scaling businesses, and
Hmm.
that's just really important. There's so much to think about as far as entrepreneurship, but again, I think that the thing is that that job, they can fire you at any time, any given time. I don't care what you've been doing, and then you don't know how to necessarily, make it on your own if you lose a job and you've gone through your 401k. You've gone through all of the things. That's why I just think entrepreneurship is indeed the way.
Yes.
And matter of fact, I got 6 children, Toya. You know what I'm saying? So one of the things that I decided to do now, I'm just thinking about, I may not have enough money to kind of give to them to help them start out in life right now. But one of the things I'm doing with my 15-year-old is that right now I'm feverishly working to help him start a business that I can support and help him within so he can take off with it. You know what I'm saying? And I think
Hmm.
I think that is something that a lot of times we're not taught, and I think with entrepreneurship, I think starting young is just really key. So I just hope that it's a nugget that people will consider, just
Yeah,
to
I think
start young.
starting young is a key because one, you need money to make money, right?
Indeed.
The younger you start, the more time you have to accumulate that capital, like you say. Everything won't have to be bootstrapped because you have the money there to kind of get yourself started. Um, which is one of the things that as a black person, we already starting behind the line on that because we didn't have the parents that pass down this, the inheritance to say, oh, I can take this lump sum of money and start a business with. A lot of us have to what? Bootstrap it and start from scratch. So if we start with less money, the scale is smaller, it's a little slower, the business starts smaller, less equity, then it's less wealth to even pass down to even get started. So it's a slower process for the black dollar. It's just it's the way the system is set up.
Indeed, indeed. This has become a whole entrepreneurship conversation, and as we're conversating, I don't know what came in my head was this particular client that you had. Sorry, I feel like it was a pretty lucrative, situation, but
Hmm.
things got crazy. So I don't know. I just feel like I want you to talk about that a little bit.
Yeah, millionaire client, millionaire client, very versed with the investments and all of the things, but could not keep nothing. Could not keep nothing under control. Nothing. Blew money left and right. So it's one of those things. It's like, yeah, you can make the money, but if you don't have the wherewithal to say, okay, I need to put this money here, that money there, and this needs to be for future, and that means you're just living life and spending the money.
So
Yeah.
that makes me think about just education. Admittedly I don't know a whole lot about all the things as it relates to keeping your money, going for generations and all the things. And so
Hmm.
one thing that I do as I get educated, I just got off a call about Bible and business and finances
Hmm.
and all the things. So if I can't recommend anything else here is to make sure that you work on being educated as you build your wealth in general,
Actually, Toya, what you just said goes into our second question, because our second question is, what should black families be doing right now to prepare for the next economic shift? And literally what you just said is it, because you got to keep those skills have to be there. They got so much going on right now. One, you need to learn how to like save money. You gotta learn how to build the cash. You know what I mean? Like you make six figures, but you spend, you
six
know,
figures.
fix yeah, exactly. So it's like, wait a minute. You got to learn how to build the cash before you try to look wealthy. And that's another thing. We like to look wealthy before we are wealthy.
Oh my
Yeah.
gosh. Toya, I've enjoyed listening to John Morgan of Morgan and Morgan. I've been listening to a lot of his
Yes.
podcast. And bruh, like he like took over. He started in Orlando and he just went from city to city to take over. And he
Mhm.
mentioned that his partners at the time, what they didn't like is he kept pouring his money right back into the business so he'd be able to, to take control
Yeah.
of that next market. And yeah, like you got to save and you got to do what's necessary to build. He his it's $1 billion business now. It's $1 billion, and he came from nothing. You know.
So it can be done. Yes, it can. That is get rid of the unnecessary debt. I'm not saying debt is wrong, because some debt is really good,
Yeah.
but the unnecessary debt, like maybe the credit card debts, or like a mortgage, is not necessarily a bad debt, especially if that house is making money for you. But a paid off car is a whole lot better of a debt to get rid of, unless that car is making money for you. Most of the time, the car is not making any money, it's just a liability.
Right.
So pay that off. That would be one of the unnecessary debt to get rid of. But yeah, that's one of the things I think we all need to, get in the habit of doing, because that what helps create wealth. Oh, and let's not talk about the one that we're doing right now. Learning the AI, how to put AI in your business, because that's the new wave in
So
economics right
necessary.
now.
So necessary.
AI.
Yeah, this current business that I'm building with my 15-year-old, I remember the first time I set out to my virtual, like how long it took me to, I mean, courses I had to pay for to understand how to do this, that, and the other. Now I have my friends, I have my AI agents, and we get down with it. And do you know, it's so what's so cool? What you need to do, right, is compare them because everyone has different personality types. These agents, and
Yes.
they come from different arenas as it relates to yeah. So I use different AI agents, and I'm getting my business built in 5 days versus the months and months it took me before. So you're
Hmm.
so right in that. Indeed,
Learn
indeed.
how to use AI before AI learn how to use you.
That part, indeed,
Yeah.
indeed. So,
Yeah.
Toy, what are some things that you think, as far as education, right, that needs to happen? What me personally, I think people need to be educated on wills and trust,
Yes.
estate planning. I just think about all this. In our community, what you see sometimes is so and so, grandma house is gone. Grandma house has been in all these generations and it's gone now. You know what I'm saying? It's because probate and all that kind of stuff, people didn't put things in a trust. So
Yeah.
that's one thing I think we definitely need to understand the law.
Hmm.
Is it as far as keeping wealth, because just because our maybe generations don't have like our grandparents had homes, that
Right,
type
because
of
they were
thing.
affordable back then. Yes.
Indeed, indeed. So it makes sense to keep them. You know what I'm saying? Because that's
Yeah.
the biggest expense, right? Where you gonna live. So, indeed. Another
I
thing,
think another thing is
go ahead.
investing. Investing is a big one because we've all read the book, the Rich Dad Poor Dad
I knew
book.
you gonna say it, oh brother
Yes,
Robert.
yes, that other side of the quadrant where wealth is built, investing is one of the main ones, and you gotta learn it. You gotta know it.
Yeah, yeah. Another thing I think is important. Again, as we talk about like what Donald Trump or whoever's doing it, I think
Hmm.
we need to pool our resources. It's like when we come together with some like-minded people. Oh my gosh, the things that can happen. I think about the things that we got going on that we can't really talk about, but it's just because we put our brains together. You know what I'm saying? We pull our resources together. You know what I'm saying? Your dollar, my $5. I like we put it all together, and
Hmm.
amazing things can happen.
Now, this is what I think. I think as a black family, like, it's so much easier instead of like five different adults in one family. And when I say family, it don't have to necessarily be DNA family, but your circle of people, your family. Instead of all five of
Pause.
y'all,
Pause. Pause. Cause you my family, Toya. We family. We family.
yes, we
Okay.
family.
Okay.
We're
Just
not
making sure.
DNA family, but we family. Yes,
Just
ma'am.
Toya Power. Just making sure. Toya Power. Okay.
But like, instead of five individual peoples in that family trying to figure out money, you work as a unit, and you don't necessarily have to combine your money, but combine the knowledge. Like, Mike knows taxes, so he can offer that to the people of
Period.
the family, or he can teach it to the people of the family, or like, I don't know. Shelly knows how to budget real well. She been budgeting down to her last dollar, and she's so good at it. That's what you can learn from Shelly. She can teach everybody how to budget, right?
Indeed.
Or better yet, like, I don't know. Ashley got good credit. So Ashley can show everybody else in the family setting how to get good credit. You know what I mean? Use your resources for each other. Build each other up. Like, figure out who knows how to do what. And if you don't know how to do it, somebody go take the class. So
Yeah.
come back to the circle and feed everybody else with the information.
What I think is important about what you said, some of those things are not even super difficult as far as bookkeeping is not difficult. It's just
Mhm.
one of those things, track you can do it with a spreadsheet. You know what I'm saying? A basic spreadsheet. It's not difficult.
Right.
You talked about like credit repair. It actually is not difficult. You know what I'm saying? It's just one of those things you learn. So somebody knows how to do it in the group, in the community.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
So, exactly.
And
I
that's why
love
you
that.
pool your resource together and each one teach one.
Each one
Yes.
teach one. Yeah. Oh, girl. Indeed. I don't know why that's the issue, but it's not an issue for me though. I need y'all.
Right. It's a mindset
Yeah.
because we're not taught that culturally, we're not
Yeah.
taught to work this way. The system has kind of pinned us on each other. So it takes a certain mindset to say, That's not the way this family is going to do it. Like they say, here in my house, this how we doing it.
Indeed.
So yeah, you got to have that mindset, and everybody in your circle has to have that mindset too. So no one is uh being like a crab in the bucket trying to pull somebody else down because they ain't got there yet. You all have the same mindset to help each other get to the next phase. Yeah.
So one coach that I haven't that I've connected with here is someone that can help with the business that capital, business capital, and that's another thing. It's not really hard. It's not really hard to obtain. You just have to prepare yourself, and you just need the right mentorship and so forth to prepare yourself for that. Because that's really the issue a lot of times, right? With businesses, like I'm working, I'm doing good, but I need something just to kind of get me through the next 2 months because I got a my big thing that happens every time this year. But just need some capital to get me through. You know what I'm saying? So it's so in my mind, I'm just thinking in just education. We just need education and community and unity. Go
And
ahead.
another thing is, a lot of us, I keep saying this, we're in survival mode. So our mindset
Yeah.
is maybe not there all the way, and
Yeah.
so it's gonna take sitting down, and that mentorship is a part of that. Like, how do you get out of survival mode in order to have that thinking mode of, okay, I can get out of this, let me get the extra on board,
Yeah.
because it's hard to get out of survival mode just to get the extra on the table,
Preach.
so that
Preach.
in itself is a big hurdle for the black family. Big
Indeed.
hurdle.
Indeed. Listen, guys, I understand things like people who used to get food stamps are not getting food stamps no more. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
All kind of things are gone. So we've got to come together. We can't kind of cry about it. We just gotta use our brains and come in unity and community and make it happen. Toy, I don't know about you. A regular dialogue with Dozy Show is about an hour. Girl, I can't talk that long. Can you? I can't. I can't talk that long.
Toya Power, we get on here and we
and
can
we
yap all day, but I know y'all are wanting to hear Dosie's mouth, because that's who y'all are used to hearing. But we're just here to show a little shine, little razzle dazzle.
a little bit, a little bit. So, sis, as I see it, I think out of this conversation, what I got was unity. That's what I got. You gotta let them know. Yeah, we gotta be unified, and there's
Yes.
literally nothing that we can accomplish. Honestly, if we are like minded and come
Stick
together,
together.
we can be wealthy. Can I say that out
Yes.
loud? We can
Yes.
be wealthy as a community. Got to come
Yes, we
together.
can.
We got assets. We got to put them together. Let's go. Let's go.
Yes.
What about you,
Yes.
sis? What you as you see it?
I wholeheartedly, it's a mindset. It's a unity thing. We got to stick together. We got to have each other's back, even in the down times. We got to have each other's back. And like I said, learn the skills so that each one teach one, so that we can all be prosperous.
Indeed. Indeed. Indeed.
Yes,
Well,
yes.
that's a wrap. This is another Toya Takeover. Toya Power, peace and blessings, and we will see y'all next go round. Bless.
Bye.